Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Consolidating and this is going to be part 3 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Byzantines. And I do have a bit on my plate at the moment. I did start a war with the Turks, I believe on the first episode, turn 1. And that's going okay. I've taken 2 provinces off of them, the Rum and Armenia. And they have 2 provinces left, although we have not had a decisive engagement yet, so they still have much of their starting army still remaining. So that is going to be something that I have to kind of resolve in the next few turns, hopefully. And then out west, I do have an ally in Hungary, and that's good. That does somewhat secure things out here, although the Italians, the fact that they have a boat here in the Adriatic and can still technically threaten either Serbia or Greece, and I don't have any boats to defend myself, does make me nervous. I am working on building boats here in Constantinople, but that's going to take a few turns because I need 4 boats. I need one for the Aegean. Actually, shit, I need 5 boats. Yeah, Sea of Marmara, and then the Aegean, Mirtun, Ionian, and then the Adriatic. And that's going to, connect me there. That's also going to connect me to these ports that are up here as well, so I can start making some money off of Constantinople trade, which is good because there's a bunch of trade resources here, but I would need to build a trading post before I can make money off of that. So that's still a ways off. I just kind of want boats in the water so I can start that process now. It's an expensive, initial investment, but I do want to get going on that now just because it's going to take a bit of time. So there's that, and then there's also the Naples situation, which is stable, but the fact that the papacy has 2 bishops spying on me and the Sicilians have a princess spying on me, it does make me nervous. It makes me think that they are planning an attack. The Sicilians I'm not worried about because they just have the one spearman who is not going to be able to beat me, but if the papacy wanted to attack, they potentially could beat me. They have enough forces here in the neighborhood to where they could, they could probably beat me, although the Pope himself only has a 1-star general, so he's vulnerable. However, and I do have a 3-star general, but yeah, Byzantine infantry, the wild card is the naphtha throwers. Like if they could just kind of one-shot like the Pope or something like that, that could work. But I still need more troops, more professional troops, not just peasants. And I'm 1 turn away from having the town watch finished here in Naples so that I can start training urban militia. And then I can start building a spearmaker so I can start training spearmen. And that's going to go a long way towards stabilizing Naples. So this is really exciting. This is really kind of like hoping that, I can get it done here. So I'm going to be, directing funds in that direction. I'm only going to be making 1,200 per turn. I'm sitting on 3,000 florins right now, which is fine, but it's like, things are going to get expensive pretty soon here because I have so much ground to cover. I have a lot to do, so I'm trying to squeeze out as much as I can. And these mercenaries, the upkeep for these mercenaries that I've hired is expensive. If I look at them, for instance, like right here, this group of mounted crossbows, support cost is 100 florins, just for that unit of mounted crossbows. It's a good unit, but it's a lot. And then this unit of mercenary horse archers, support cost of 80. It's a lot. These mercenaries are expensive, so I do need to put them to use. I do want to actually take this castle in Armenia by force. It's 2 units of peasants, and the fact that I do have 4 units of archers now makes me confident that I can take this, hopefully with minimal losses. Now, I do need archers to beat the Turks, just because they have a lot of mounted cavalry, or mounted archers, should I say? Well, I guess not too many. They have... Actually, they have 4 units of mounted archers. Yeah, 4 units of mounted archers and then a bunch of camels. I need archers to beat the Turks is what I'm trying to say. So I need them, but I think that I'm getting enough of them from my mercenary pool. Like I can hire another archer and another horse archer, just like right now. Eventually, I do want to start getting Trebizond archers trained here in Trebizond. I don't know if I want to start doing that now. The town watch is super cheap, only 200 florins, 2 years, and then I can start building the boyar after that, so I suppose I should and could do that. Because Trebizond archers would be really good against the Turks, not just for the fact that they're archers, but they're good in melee, and they have a small shield, so they are decent at skirmishing with other archer units. So, yeah, they're kind of perfect for fighting in the desert, light infantry, archers, they're good. They're a good unit, so I suppose I should prioritize getting Trebizond archers going. And yeah, hopefully I just don't want the money to run out. That's where I start to get spooked. So that would really suck. I will be making some money off of Armenia once I take it. I don't know what the number is, but it will be something. And I think I can increase the amount that I'm making in some really subtle ways. I need to check my taxes here. Naples is going to stay very low, I think, for a little bit while longer. And then I can kind of sort things. Yeah, like I can bump that up a little bit here. And I can do a little bit of sorting around with this. I also have a few, yeah, like that can go up, and this can go up as well. And I also have, I think, a few governor candidates for my last remaining provinces. Georgia, Rhodes, and Cyprus still remain governorless. And before I started recording, I did see a couple candidates. So I see this fella here, this Slav warrior captain, 4 acumen. That's what I'm looking for. 1 piety, okie doke. And then I saw a peasant as well. Yeah, you. 4 piety, or 1 piety, and then 4 acumen. So same thing, really. Don't think there's anyone else. So what I would do with that is Georgia first, I think. They're making 139, and then probably go Rhodes. So I don't think it really matters who gets what. So yep, you can get Georgia up to 194. That's good. And then you can get Rhodes. And this is going to give +2 acumen as well. So this is going to boost them by a little bit here. So give that to you. Nice. Rhodes is up to 171. See if I can boost that by just a little bit. And I think, yeah, I can give that a little boost as well. And that a little boost as well. And after that, let me check my income now. So I was at 1200, now 16. 16's okay. You know, that's a more comfortable number, isn't it? So that makes me feel better about dropping this town watch in Trebizond right now. And I can start getting the watchtowers going in Rum right away. And let's train another peasant in Lesser Armenia. Let's train a couple peasants here in Rum. Another peasant here in Trebizond. Let's just get the archers or the mercenaries right away. Let's just do that. Bite the bullet. Get it done. These guys can garrison this castle. And I think, here's the question. Do I want to bring any of these soldiers back to Rum, or should I just attack this Armenian castle with everything that I have? It's pretty excessive for sure, but the fact that this Syrian or this Turkish army in Syria could kind of surprise me up in Armenia and try to, you know, get their soldiers back. I feel like I want to keep my force together. If the Turks wanted to attack Rum from Edessa, I can simply retreat to the castle, and that's easy enough. So yeah, I think that's going to be the play there. And I want to attack this fort because I do want to attempt to keep this fort. If I can keep this fort and I don't have to wait 4 turns to build another fort, you know, not to mention the money, then I can garrison it right away and then move my main armies back into Rum, and then I can essentially attack Edessa and Syria at the same time, which is what I want to do. I don't want to attack Syria just from Armenia. That's a tempting option, but then if they do just retreat to Edessa, then I have the main Turkish army behind me and, you know, closer to my heartland provinces. And that makes me a bit nervous. That's one of those things that I learned in the early days of playing Shogun 1, where it's like, don't overextend in a direction that lets the enemy in behind you, because you might think your garrisons will stop them, but they could just keep moving past your provinces. They don't have to take them. They can just keep moving. So, you know, that makes me nervous. So I think I am going to do things the conservative way, the safe way, take out Armenia or take out the garrison in Armenia first, and then just kind of move back into Rum, and then attack these provinces simultaneously. That will give me a couple of extra turns to train mercenaries, and hopefully that should be enough to blitz the Turks off the map. I think it will. Like, I already feel like I'm strong enough to take them. I just need to be able to take them simultaneously is what I really want to do here. So I don't know if there's any... Yeah, Naples is doing all they can. And let's see, do I want something in Serbia? The gold mine is tempting. It's expensive though. I should do it. I really, really should. I will have to think about that one. I can use my princess to try to get an alliance with the Poles now that we do border them. Yep. Go, go, go. Try to do that. I'm using my emissary just as a kind of a light spy here in Syria to keep an eye on the Turks because I do not yet have a watchtower or border fort in Rum, so I can't spy on them until next turn, so that's fine. I don't know if I want to use him to possibly maybe get an alliance with the Italians. It'd be nice just to kind of keep them off my back. That is very tempting as well. I can use the bishop for that as well, though. I did train up a bishop. So let's try to use him. Let's see if I can find the Italians. Because the Pope isn't talking to me. He's not talking to my bishop, and that's making me nervous. Gosh, I am just so tempted to use this tiny little force, which is more than enough to take out these peasants here in Armenia. And, you know, even some swordsmen just to kind of make sure things go clean. And then taking the rest of my army to Syria. I'm so tempted, but I really, really don't want to attack Syria without attacking Edessa. It's such an awkward way to make this map. It's interesting, it's fun, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, sound like I'm complaining here. It's interesting. The fact that they designed it so that Syria curves around and makes sure like Armenia and Edessa cannot touch. Like, no, they cannot touch. I cannot attack Edessa from Armenia. It's against the rules. I have to go back into Rum and then attack Edessa and Syria. That's just what I have to do. Man, it's frustrating, but yeah, it's an interesting way to design a map. I have to play conservative for the reasons I've already stated. I have to. So let's just take out this castle, take out this garrison. And then, yeah, just leave something here. Leave a peasant or something in Armenia. Move back into Rum, and then attack both provinces at once. That's not too much waiting, is it? I don't think it is. I hope not. It feels slow. It does feel slow. But I'm going to try to be patient here. Let's see if we can take out this garrison with as few casualties as possible. The idea is bring up the archers in loose formation, have them surround the castle. First things first, have them take out the gate, and then they can surround the castle and try to take out the peasants inside. I'm following up with one unit of swordsmen because hopefully that's all it's going to take out the peasants inside. I figured the Almohad Urban Militia will be a good shout because my other swordsmen, my Arab infantry, are my light armored guys that are good for desert warfare, so I want to save them for the battle with the Turks. But these guys, they can be used in this situation because of their heavier armor, will make them ideal for sustaining some of the arrow fire coming from the fort. My archers are going to make short work of this gate here with their fire arrows, and they will not be taking too much casualties in return. But those arrows, they're little archer guys, they're invisible archers on top, will keep shooting at me. So for now, I'm going to use up the rest of my ammunition on these peasants inside. Looks like we're getting a lot of damage on this unit right here. Now I am attempting to bring my archers around the side to get some better shots into the peasants over on this side because they are sort of hiding behind the wall here. And I brought my swordsmen in, like they just went in without a fight, and they'll be looking for one. My swordsmen got a chance to single out a small unit of peasants here, and they're going to make short work of them. My Almohad Urban Militia have only lost 5 men, and yeah, this is going to go pretty well for them. Looks like they will be able to finish off that unit before they are flanked by this unit of peasants, while my archers continue to move around the castle and try to get shots into these units of peasants. Here comes another charge, and as we charge into them, I will be switching the fire from my archers into other units of peasants here, hopefully pretty shortly here. I think they'll start moving eventually, and yeah, as you can see, they're just decimating these peasants. Holy moly. Yeah, that is some short work. My swordsmen have only lost 12 men at this point. And what do we have left? 37 peasants and 48 peasants. Let's see if they can get the job done cutting up the rest of these units. I have brought up a unit of Byzantine infantry just to see if I, need some backup. They're going to be there, but hopefully I won't need to use them. Now we're going to try to finish things off here. My swordsman going on into the last 2 units of peasants. And yeah, they are just butchering them. Jesus. I think they've lost 1 guy since attacking these last 2 groups of peasants. 2 guys now? Yeah. The Almohad Urban Militia are doing a very good job here. And I liked using my mercenaries against these forces here so that I can lose more of them. Mercenaries are super expensive with their upkeep. And yeah, losing them would be preferable than to lose my Byzantine infantry, and that's going to be it for this battle. That was pretty straightforward. I still did take quite a few casualties, but at least I have the fort, and you know what? I think those casualties are okay. They were spread out evenly enough across my archers, and I think, yeah, I'll be able to live with that. So, continuing on here. So hopefully I have kept this fort here in Armenia. Otherwise, that kind of wasn't really for anything. Peasant Crusade. Peter the Hermit and his fellow zealot, the Pauper Knight, Walter the Penniless, have roused the peasantry and simple folk. These two have convinced many to go on a crusade, securing the fact that God will give them victory over infidels. All farm income in France is reduced by 1/10. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. I actually did watch a little video about that. That's interesting stuff. Yeah, they couldn't wait. It's like that 1 year. They couldn't wait 1 year for the proper army to go along. They had to go right away. And it met a disastrous end. Let's see, what do we got here? So Prince Alexius is now lazy. That's not good. I think he is my next in line. He suffers from sloth, finding it difficult to attend to his duties. -1 command and -1 acumen. And I'm fairly certain that that only gets worse. Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. So luckily we did keep the fort here in Armenia. And I also, ooh, this is lovely. I do have a horse farmer, so now I can train horse archers as well as peasants here in Armenia. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so good. Okay, cool. And how much is it making me? 261 on normal taxes. Okay. That's all right. That's okay. They already have a improved farmland built here as well. So I'm going to see if I can move my troops from here without suffering too much in the way of reduced loyalty. Let's see if I can move these folks as well. And then, yeah, that's not good if I reduce taxes. Yeah, 87% with the... I think this raises it over 100. I think that this does give a boost of 20 points of loyalty, and then the border fort adds it to 30 points in total. So it's like an extra 10 for the border fort. I believe. I think so. So I think that would be fine. Although risking a loyalist rebellion and giving the Turks more soldiers isn't ideal. So if I can bring another peasant to guarantee that... Yeah, hopefully that guarantees that. In addition to that, maybe I can even find... Ooh, yes. Oh, perfect. This is exactly... Yeah, 4 acumen, 2 dread. Governor or captain that could be governor. Yeah, I think that's potential. It is mostly Islamic. This makes sense. But he only has 2 piety, so I'm hoping that's low enough to where it doesn't change anything. Zeal's only 29% as well, so... Hopefully 2 piety is not, you know, not too high to cause any issues with that. But I think this is my guy, so... Loyalty is at 87%, and if I give... Up to 99, and then... Yeah, 116. That's lovely. Perfect. That should stave off any potential loyalist rebellions. And then with that... I think we can attack the Turks in Edessa and Syria next turn. And yes, even if they did want to attack Armenia and split their forces up even further, then yeah, I can attack all 3 provinces at once. And is there any more mercenaries that I can hire? A couple more, nothing too crazy, but I mean, horse archers and archers, I will take anything that can shoot arrows against the Turks. That's gonna be pretty premium stuff, so... Unfortunately, I did see the Egyptian Khalifa did leave Antioch, and that's really unfortunate because that was really my goal here in this campaign, was to try to capture him. There's still the potential that I could do that. It's just that the plan was to capture him in Antioch before he left that province. And yeah, that was going to involve taking Edessa, Syria, and then cutting him off by taking Tripoli first. That was going to be my opening move in my war against the Egyptians, and then moving to, cut him off here in Antioch. So, I could still cut him off somewhere. The potential is still there, but yeah, that's too bad that I missed my opportunity. I guess I moved too slow, and sure, I mean, yes, this is an opening that I could have practiced a bit more, but I feel like this is going okay. All things considered, I think this is it's an okay opening. Now I can start training up some urban militia here in Naples, and I can build this spearmaker here as well. Did I lose my Naples? Yeah, my king of Naples must have died in that battle, so I have to find someone else to be the governor of Naples. Any good candidates here? I'm not seeing any, so I'll have to kind of peek around. My second son has now come of age, Prince Andronicus. He is ready. I'll take a look at him, see how he is. Town watch is finished here in Trebizond, so now I can start building the boyar here. Watchtower is finished in Armenia, and let's see, I did try to get up an alliance with the Italians. It looks like, nope, they did deny it. He got the impression that it was only his good mood that day that allowed me to leave with my head still attached to my neck. Okay, wow. So the Italian king is in a bad mood. Well, how about it then? So the Aragonese are offering a marriage. Okay. He's offering his daughter, Prince Teresa, to marry Prince Alexius. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Prince Alexius. I mean, he's my heir, so I'm going to need sons coming from him and from her, I suppose, more accurately. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And just, oh, this is a wonderful day. This is a day for marriages, a year for marriages. So, yes, the King of Poland has accepted my princess's proposal of a marriage, so now we are allied with the Poles as well. Wonderful news. Prince Andronicus, so what do you got? So secret perversion. This isn't going to do anything until the perversion is found out, and then he's going to lose some piety. Not a big deal, I don't think, but natural leader, that's a good one. +2 morale, then +1 loyalty. That's not bad. And then Michael Vatasis is an honorable warrior. That's another good one as well. Where is he? So he's one of the peasants. Oh, that sucks. He's one of the peasants that is garrisoning Anatolia. +1 morale and -1 dread. Oh, well. So is it now time to attack the Turks? I think it is. I think that their day has come. Syria can still be a fight. That can be a decent fight. Even Edessa, like, just the camels and the horse archers and the spearmen, like, that's a solid core, So I need to make sure I can put together something okay. Looks like my heir popped up here. Prince Andronicus, yeah, 5 stars, 4 acumen, 3 dread. Yeah, he's pretty good. How's my son? 4 stars, 4 acumen, 4 dread, 4 acumen, 4 command, 3 acumen. Jesus, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, the lazy's gonna make him worse and worse and worse. So what do I want to do about that? It's tempting to have him lead a battle just so that I can try to get him something good, that can happen that way. It's not my understanding, and so I haven't played Rome, but I've watched a fair bit of Rome playthroughs and stuff, and that seems very, very dynamic when it comes to the vices and virtues. And, where they go and what buildings are in the province where you leave them, and that determines some of their traits as well. It really is dynamic based on the map and what they do and what they do in battle and all that. And there is a touch of that in this game. There really is. But I don't know how much you can get done by having people stay active as battlefield leaders. I think there's a limit to how effective that is. But please correct me if I'm wrong about that. And, having people be battlefield leaders is just a hands down great way to get them good traits. Please let me know, because I would like to be wrong about that. So I think I have enough forces, though, to split them up into two forces and take Edessa and Syria in one go here. I think that's going to be the play. I don't think there's going to be... Yeah, there's no rebels anyway here in Trebizond, so thank God. That saves my wallet. I don't have to buy anything else for now. Income is, down to 1,000. Not great, but I'm sitting at almost 4,000 forints, and that feels okay. I think I can afford to start building this gold mine here in Serbia. And I think it's time for me to get another ship going. Yeah, I just finished my first ship. So let's get another drone on here in Constantinople. And yeah, I'm one turn away from having my Spearmaker finished here in Naples as well. And that's going to feel very, very good. Oh, perfect. And you could be the new governor of Naples. Yeah. 1 dread and 4 acumen. Yes, please give it to me. So 111 income and then 155. That's all right. And do I want to bump up taxes just a little bit there? Yeah, the fact that I'm only 15% Orthodox here in Naples, I think that is kind of making it harder for me to really boost the loyalty in this province. So that's going to be kind of a struggle there for a while. But I can build a church here eventually. I mean, shit, I'll probably get a church in Naples before I get a bishop over here. Because I kind of want my bishop doing other things. Although, yeah, let's go talk to the Pope one more time, just on the off chance that we can get that alliance. If not, then I'll just have my bishop hang out in Naples and help convert the populace here to, try to... The faster I can get that loyalty up, then the faster I can start really taxing Naples, right? So that will be the idea there. Now that I have my forces split up and they are ready to go into this battle, I am bringing my emperor with his second eldest son into the battle here in Syria, and my eldest son will be leading the battle here in Edessa. I split my forces as well as I could to, kind of plan for the armies that I will be facing, but they could change this after me. The enemy, the AI, that is, gets to make their moves after I make my moves, so despite all of my best laid planning, they could still change this during the end turn, so we will see how that goes. I think I'm ready to go here. I think I did check... Did I check taxes? Motherfuckers! Rebels are invading my province of Georgia? What? God damn! Okay, this 1 unit of heavy cav. I don't know what kind of... I've never seen that unit before. But it looks heavy. I'm guessing, is that like a step heavy cav? That would just run shop all over my peasants? Unless I could hide in a forest... I know... Oh my god, I know I've defended Georgia many times before from rebels before. Or not from rebels, but from Mongols. And I know that there is a map. I think both maps that I've played have forests on them. So, 200 peasants in a forest versus 40 heavy cav. I might win this. And I have a 1-star general to boot. Lord Lascaris. Let's go. I must say, this isn't as forested as I thought it was going to be. I swear, I never fought on this map when I was defending against the Mongols. And thank fucking Christ. I can't imagine fighting on this map versus the Mongols. I had very favorable, heavily forested maps when I fought against them. So, flee, peasants. Flee for that forest. You got this. This tiny little forest at the edge of the map. Will this be your salvation? Brace yourselves, men. The cav are going to be coming in fast here, and we will see if we can hold and get the job done. I was thinking maybe if I bring my general unit here off to the flank and try to take the charge with my other unit, and then come around and get a little flanking attack with my general's unit, maybe that would give me the best chance of my general surviving, and then maybe we can cut down as many of these filthy rebels as we can. However, cav gets to choose their engagements, don't they? They go right after my general unit. And right off the bat, things are not going as planned. So let's pile in there, you dirty peasants. And see if we can cut down any of these guys. We've killed one of them. That's one. That's one elite Khazar Royal Cavalryman killed by peasants. That's 3 now. 4. Okay. We're making some progress. We have now killed 7 of their cavalry. And just like that, then my general dies. And my general's unit actually hangs on for another second or two. And then they run, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, I couldn't I couldn't hold. I thought my peasants would do better than that, and that was not the case. Georgia has now been lost. Goddamn, I thought I had a chance there, but no. No, I did not. I don't think my men killed... Yeah, they killed 7 guys altogether. Oh, jeez. So now I have to go back and deal with Georgia. Motherfuckers. God damn. Okay, fine. No, Georgia's lost. Man, you never expect the sneak attack from the Khazars. Jesus. So the Turks did retreat from Edessa. Okay, so I'm expecting probably a bigger fight in Syria then, I guess, is what's going to happen. I still outnumber them. Okay. I wonder if, is it not including the forces that were in Edessa? I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think the forces that were in Edessa are fighting in this battle, so... What happens then, if as long as I win this battle, then those forces that were retreated from Edessa, they have no safe place to retreat to, so they just disappear, they're gone. That force is dead without a fight. And in my case, I do have a full stack, they just have a little bit over a full stack, but because most of their forces is cavalry, they have smaller unit sizes, included 4 units of their Gulam bodyguards, which is a decent, you know, like medium to medium heavy melee cav, but I have 2 units of cataphracts, and it's in the desert. It's not ideal because their armor is going to cook them, but there's still going to be roadblocks, and yeah, my archers should counter their horse archers, and my infantry will beat theirs, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, I want to get my guys grouped up and ready to go on this ridge. And right off the bat, the Turks seem like they want to redeploy their men towards the top of that hill. So which direction do I want to come from? I'm thinking left. I'm thinking go towards this ridge on this side, and maybe the slope going up this way won't be as steep. So what does this scrappy force entail? Well, we have 2 units of spearmen and archers on either side. Feudal sergeants, basic spearmen, Trebizond archers, and then another group on this side. Instead of 2 units of spearmen, we have 1 armored spearman, 1 urban militia, and then Trebizond archers and Bulgarian brigands. The center is made up of swords and javelins. The idea is that the swords make up a nice, soft, enticing target for cav charges. The Byzantine infantry should still hold despite the fact that they are not spearmen. The Arab infantry with their light armor should make decent swordsmen for the desert warfare. And if the cav does charge the center, the javelins will be waiting for them. Also, I got my naphtha throwers. Maybe they can throw their grenades into some blobs of infantry or cavalry. We will see. And then on either flank, I have a unit of horse archers and cataphracts. As I begin to climb this hill, the enemy does start to reface their army so that they can match mine, and I start to see that maybe I made a mistake. This hill is looking a little bit steeper than I thought, and I'm wondering if another approach would have been a better idea. But at this point, I've already marched my men in their armor through the desert. They are already getting tired, and it's gonna be better to get this battle underway rather than to march double time all the way back around this map. Our advance has begun, and they have desert archers in the center backed up by some peasants and some spearmen. And then on either flank, we got some Bedouin camel warriors, horse archers, Gulam bodyguards that look like they make up most of the center, along with some more Bedouin camel warriors, horse archers, and yeah. This right flank here is looking pretty scary with their Bedouin camel warriors, because those are really, really good units against cavalry. Camels just eat horses. They just devour them. It is frightening. Now I begin my slow push with either flank having its archers deliver a few shots before moving on, and eventually I'll push up this hill. Looks like they wanted to make a move with their cav, but then I started to move my spears in front, and I'm presenting a nice soft center, hoping that I can entice a charge right down the middle here. The slow and steady work seems to be making decent progress here. I am picking off their desert archers. They are getting a lot of kills in on my men as well, but I'm picking off their horse archers as well, and As long as I'm keeping my army together, we should be able to withstand any charge, any potential charge from the enemy. Here is where they make their move. They are sending their Bedouin camel warriors straight on into my armored spears and my urban militia before that they can get set up. They're in the middle of a move order, so that's not going to... My spearmen are not going to be braced, and they got right in on the flanks of both units. It's a really good charge, because it's providing a flank attack penalty on those units, and they are not going to hold. I'm going to send my cataphracts to try to hold this flank here, so that my archers get more shots in, but nope. That was a really good attack there. And then same thing in the center. They were able to attack my center when it was not set up. It's in the middle of a move order, and it came in very, very fast and broke immediately. Javelins running away, not throwing their javelins. Left flank completely demolished. Horse archers, they're the only ones standing and shooting their arrows. Right flank is not being too stressed out. My general, my emperor, goes into battle, fighting up against these camel warriors. Not a good combat for me, but I do have spears as well. Now I have my naphtha throwers throwing some grenades into this central combat. Some of my only guys that are getting anything done here. My naphtha throwers are holding off my entire center. The one good thing about naphtha throwers, despite the fact that they throw grenades, or other than the fact that they throw grenades, is that they do have decent armor, so they can hold decently well. And then spearmen will be getting involved here, trying to hold back the push. And then yes, we got horse archers pushing the gap. They will get caught in my Trebizond archers as well, and horse archers will be able to pick them off. And then here on this flank, I was able to win. With the support of the spearmen, I could drive off those camel warriors, and now I can have my spearmen drive off the camels while my general, my emperor, turns back around and tries to hold this center flank. Now the center is being held by naphtha throwers and spearmen, and Trebizond archers essentially. Now the left flank is basically all about denial and all about trying to drag them through the mud. We were able to single out their spearmen. Now I don't want their spearmen fighting my cataphracts. It's a bad trade for me. But Arab infantry, swordsmen, perfect for this. And just in time, my urban militia also rallied so that we can get a flank and attack, a charge, a sandwich on both sides of the spearman unit. Back in the center, my guys are holding, and this is a really, really important engagement right here, because now I sent in my horse archers as well, just to try to hold out against their Gulam cavalry, and now my emperor is going to get into battle as well. My spearmen are going to be chasing off those camel warriors, just trying to provide some room on my right flank so I don't have to worry about it. I'm rallying Byzantine infantry. They will be coming back into the fight here. And now with these spearmen being taken out, I can rally my armored spearmen, cataphracts, and javelins as well. Getting javelins back into the fight so that they can throw some javelins into these Gulam bodyguards is going to be very important for me. I have some feudal sergeants fighting as well. And they have essentially backed off with their general, or their sultan, and a few units of their horse archers. They have some desert archers up here shooting. And now my spearmen looks like they will be taking a fight with the Bedouin camel warriors who have turned around to fight them. We will see my spearmen all by themselves out here alone in the desert. Will they be able to hold off against these camels? They do have a bonus versus them, but this is going to be a tough fight for them. Moving back in the center, I was able to rally 4 units of, or a 4-man unit of naphtha throwers, and it looks like we are breaking these Gulam bodyguards in the center, which is really good for us. Horse archers looks like they're going to hem them in. And then on this side, we have essentially armored spearmen running away from these Gulam bodyguards and these Bedouin camel warriors. So I'm going to be forced to send in some cataphracts, and will I have anyone else able to help out in this fight? Perhaps my javelins can throw some javelins into this fight as well. But yeah, the armored spearmen giving up on this fight is really showing how tired they are, because, you know, they're heavily armored. They must be exhausted right now. So now cataphracts also running away. Guess why? Heavy armor. They're not very happy right now. Javelins are throwing some jabs into the mix. That's helping. But now I'm going to be relying on my feudal sergeants to come in here and try to stop this charge, along with my horse archers as well. Another unit of Gulam bodyguards. This is the Sultan himself, along with a unit of peasants. And we are basically bringing our forces up around this hill so that we can hem in this unit of Turks, or this group of Turks sent in here. There is some Bedouin camel warriors in the back that have not really done much since chasing off some of my men. And yeah, they're running away. These cataphracts have been running away. And my spearmen were able to win that engagement against those Bedouin camel warriors. Wonderful job. Good job, spearmen. Holy shit. So I will be sending them to the top of the hill to basically zone out these units of skirmishers that could potentially fire arrows down into my blob as I fight these engagements. I do not want that to happen. I want them zoned off of this engagement so that I can turn around and fight them eventually. My archers and javelins are throwing on into this unit of Gulam bodyguards to get rid of them. And we are fighting the Turkish Sultan right here. My Trebizond archers fighting up against him while my Emperor cleans off this unit of Gulen bodyguards as well. They're about finished up. And yeah, these cataphracts just kept on running away, again, because of the heavy armor. But my Emperor has been a complete Chad. He has been so impressive. So impressive. And these Trebizond archers as well. So good. Fighting these Gulen bodyguards and just holding them up. Holding them so that they cannot get into this fight here against my Emperor. Feudal sergeants and javelins getting ready to go here. This is just what I need. Just in time to save these Trebizond archers. And yes, the cataphracts are coming in as well. And my javelins are throwing in as well against that unit. And just as we finish up these Gulen bodyguards, my Emperor will soon be able to come down and join into this fight as well. These Trebizond archers, do not feel ashamed. You have fought your hearts out. Now up here on this hill, I'm sort of consolidating some units that have rallied here. Spearmen here, Byzantine infantry here, armored spearmen here, to, as I was saying before, zone out these units. Zone them out so that they cannot participate in these engagements going on down here. Right now, the Turkish Sultan fights alone. His Gulen bodyguards is all that he has left. This unit of Bedouin camel warriors has not been decisive. They could be affecting this combat, but now I am zoning them out with my feudal sergeants. While I take this fight with my Gulen bodyguards, I brought javelins around to the flank so I could throw into the flank. Hopefully they will not kill my Emperor. Actually, yeah, my Emperor's up here, so I should be good for now. And then yes, then I just sent my horse archers in just for bodies. I want bodies in. And yeah, I will be sending in my Emperor shortly. And I think at this point I will stop throwing javelins once my Emperor gets into battle. Maybe. I can't remember. But I might stop throwing javelins here. Looks like they're still doing a lot of damage though. I sent in my 12-man unit of Trebizond archers in for revenge to help try to kill that Sultan. And I sent my 4-man unit of naphtha throwers up here to help hold out against these forces up here. I was going to send in the armored spearmen down to help out against the Sultan, but then I decided, nope, I want them up here zoning out these skirmisher units. Then, what's left? Bedouin camel warriors charging spears. That's a good fight for me. And I decided I wanted to turn my guys around to help out, but then they ran away. And I'm going to have to send some units down to chase down these Bedouin camel warriors. It's a tough call because the best unit that I have for chasing down riding units is horse archers. But can horse archers beat camel warriors in battle? No, they cannot. They cannot. So if those camel warriors turn around for a second to fight my horse archers, that's a bunch of dead horse archers on the field. So the Turkish Sultan is still fighting to the last man. He is the last man. Up here, we are zoning out the skirmishers. And down here, we will have to find a way to deal with these camel warriors before we can turn around and chase off the rest of the skirmishers. And that's it. The Turkish Sultan has fallen in battle. Now I will direct my archers and my horse archers and my spearmen and my javelins to try to basically encircle these camel warriors and give them no place to run. A few of my guys still have ammunition, so they can fire in as well. While that's happening, I will bring my cataphracts up with my spearmen, my Byzantine infantry, and my naphtha throwers to try to corral these skirmishers into the corner of the map. It's going to be tough though, because my guys are tired and time is running out. Here comes the charge. The Bedouin camel warriors is going into my Trebizond archers here, and I will be sending my spears in to support this fight. My guys are still shooting their ammunition into this unit as well, and I will send in my javelins to support with this, and I will send in my horse archers as well. And just like that, the Bedouin camel warriors have fallen, or not, they're not quite, they're running away, they've broken, they're running away. And now my horse archers they're close enough to where hopefully they can chase off. There's 17 of them, there's 9 camels. Hopefully they can finish chasing off these camels, and hopefully that means I can send the rest of these units up over to this side of the map so that I can help corral these skirmishers. Just casting a wide net, as wide as possible. Spearmen on this end. And then cataphracts on this end. Trying to close this gap here so that they can't really shoot the gap and get away, because that would be really annoying if that was the case. Just have to cast as wide a net as possible. They still have ammo, so I'm still getting shot at. This is my Emperor's unit, taking some casualties. Does not feel good at all. So I decided to charge. And just like that, spears, cataphracts, Byzantine infantry will get rid of these archers. And then on this side, that leaves my armored spearmen, my naphtha throwers, and my cataphracts to try to keep these guys contained. And we are taking shots now from these archer units. That's going to be tough on my guys because getting shot at is going to lower the morale of my units. And these guys have already broken multiple times in this battle. This is my son's unit, by the way. I believe this is my good son, so my second in command. In the meantime, my javelins and my Trebizond archers are off in the distance. Hopefully they can make it here in time to help out. And yeah, I'm trying to corral these guys. I'm trying to keep them back. On this side, it looks like I will be able to drive off these archers with my cataphracts, and I should be able to turn my spearmen around to help corral these horse archers. And there goes my son. Took another casualty, and now he's running off the field. Tough, tough, tough. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Because now they have a gap. They could shoot this gap and they could run away. My spearmen, my armored spearmen, are desperately trying to cover this ground so that they can close this gap off. I have a 4-man unit of naphtha throwers basically covering this entire gap here saying, come at me, bro. Like, I dare you. I dare you. And then, yes, Byzantine infantry, spearmen, my cataphracts, my emperor has driven off those 2 units of archers. And my javs and my archers are still, they're marching through the desert. They're trying to make it here on time. And it looks like these horse archers might be consolidating their forces. And it looks like they will be getting into a little bit of a melee here shortly. Here comes the fight. Horses into spears, not a good fight for me, but Byzantine infantry, they're not bad. Naphtha throwers looking like they want to throw some grenades here into the rear of these horse archers units, but that's not going to be necessary. They are breaking, they are running away, and now I just have to send whatever units I have left to chase these guys down. Luckily, these guys run off this map in this direction so that I don't have to worry about them, but then can I find some guys to chase down these 12 horse archers? Hopefully, I can get it done before the timer runs out here. Oh my, thank goodness that went okay, because for a moment there, it was looking very bad. Jesus, they charged me and they broke my lines bad. I have noticed in this game that that is something that can happen. You just stay with it. If you can't withstand that first initial charge, sometimes you can rally your men and stay with it and win the battle. I've actually won quite a few battles that way, and I'm kind of devising some tactics around that strategy from the AI, because they are a lot better in this game at actually just trying to charging you with their full force and, you know, breaking you on that first charge. They're better at that in this game than they were in Shogun, which is it's a good improvement. So, yeah, good, tough battle. Yeah, my naphtha throwers got some kills as well. Yeah, they got 25 kills. That's okay. 57 on horse archers, Trebizond archers, 56 on Trebizond archers. Javi's got some kills, 13 kills. Yeah, spearmen did okay, fiddle sergeants did okay. The armored spearmen were a big disappointment. Yeah, they broke a couple of times, and I think that's just because they were so tired. Bringing that heavy armor into the desert was not a good mix, but, you know, I'm just bringing what I had, you know. So, yeah, tough one. The Bulgarian brigands only got 4 kills. Wow, that's shocking. And cataphracts as well. Yeah, they were just so tired at the end. When that one unit of cataphracts led by my son, I'll check to see if he's still alive after this. But when he broke there at that very end, I was like, oh no, this is going to be it, isn't it? Urban Militia got 17 kills. All right, good for them. All right, so I got it. I got Syria. Thank goodness. Wow, that's a decent little scrap there. So, did they... Oh yeah, the Khazars captured some of my men. That's so disrespectful. Like, yeah, I'll pay 50 florins for 76 men. And yes, ransom refused. The Turks can't pay it because I'm assuming they're dead. So I have the largest military, okay. And a flood in roads, that's unfortunate. So the border fort has been destroyed and income has been halved in roads. So I will have to rebuild that border fort. And the Turks are done with. Okay, so that's it for them. Now we just have to take those forts off the rebels. And that should be good. Spearmaker finished in Naples. Now I can start training spearmen. That's awesome. Border fort finished in Armenia. And the Pope still does not want to listen to me. So I guess that we're not going to get an alliance with him. Hopefully I can just build up an army fast enough so that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, Prince Alexius, very lazy. So like... Oh, this poor guy can't catch a break. So he was able to drive off those forces from Edessa without even having to fight them. but then he gets, yeah, very, very lazy. So he is a master of sloth and procrastination, being most creative and devising excuses for putting off hard work, -2 command, -2 acumen. That's not good. This guy's my next in line, so that's not good stuff. And George Basilikesius, good runner, yeah. That's too bad. That's what happens. He ran away and -3 morale, so hopefully he doesn't have to be a general ever again. Well, I think the good news is that I can go right back there immediately, can't I? Oh, maybe not. All I have is peasants. Ugh. Can 3 units of peasants beat 33 Khazar Royal Cavalrymen? That's... God. Oh, dear. Actually, no, not 3. 5. Yeah, I'll just bring all these guys to Georgia and then take these guys out as well. And 5.5 units of peasants. And then just... taxes a bit. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. So how long is this going to hold out? This is going to take 2 turns to get this. Ah, geez. I think I have to wait this one out because I'm going to take a lot of casualties from, you know, there's 2 archer units inside of there and there's 2 beat up horse archer units as well. That's a lot of arrow fire coming in, and this is a pretty beat up group. It could take it, like I would win that battle, but it would just be a really bloody battle, which is unfortunate, it really is. But the fact is, like, I missed my chance on getting the easy capture on the Egyptian Khalifa. It's still not out of the play, like maybe I can get him somewhere else, but maybe I can get that ransom in it somewhere else. But the fact is, I have blitzed the Turks, so like that's finished, and that's, you know, objective 1 finished. So if I have to spend, you know, 2 turns sieging out these castles, in this case 3 turns, fucking hell, ah, God. And that's 3 units of horse archers, that's a lot of arrows. And the fact that I don't have any siege equipment, I mean, I could hire a mangonel. That would get there in 1-2 turns, and then siege on the 3rd turn, yeah, it wouldn't even save me any time. Yeah, that's too bad. I have to wait it out. That's just going to take too much casualties to assault those forts the old-fashioned way. That flood destroying my border fort and roads is pretty rough. Pretty rough. I'm going to have to bump taxes back down to very low here. Even then, it's still 95%. So I can just build back that border fort right away. That'll just be 1 turn. So that should be fine. Roads should be fine. It's just I'm not going to make as much money off of that, which is unfortunate. And then, let's see, so I can start training spearmen here in Naples. That feels good as well. And yeah, things are pretty slim here. Like, it's pretty slim pickings, but like, you know, making 1200 is okay. It's going to really jump once I get my boats online. And I think now that I am training spearmen, hopefully things will be okay between me and the papacy. As long as I have a strong enough army, they should just bugger off and look elsewhere. That is the hope. It really is. That's the hope. So, looking forward, I hopefully can take back Khazar with just like a bunch of rebels. I can also hire mercenaries. That's an option as well. I can just hire these spearmen to go in there, try to help out. Anyone else? Not really. I can't use these guys because I just ransomed these guys back. I could send like another, you know, I could send these guys, these spearmen as well. Just a bunch of spearmen and, I mean, I'm sorry, peasants and like a few spearmen to try to win that back. Yeah, that's so annoying. Wow. Looking forward to the Egyptians though. What do they have? In Antioch, a bunch of peasants, Nubian spearmen. This is a good spearman unit. I wonder why they're damaged. It's usually supposed to be 100 men and that only is 60, so that's kind of strange. And as far as generals go, this is one of the sons, 4-star general. Only 3 loyalty, so that's interesting. And yeah, that's it for that. I don't have any vision on Tripoli. I do have vision on Arabia. 6-star general, holy shit. So this is a unit of Bedouin camel warriors, so we have seen how devastating those can be when they are fighting cavalry. And yeah, the question is going to be now, after seeing, you know, just how much of a problem the Turks gave me in that battle in Syria, can I really defeat the Egyptians with the forces that I have right now? I don't know about that. It really depends on what they have in Palestine, so I can keep looking around and seeing what the Khalifa has. Another 4-star general. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fine leader. +4 morale. Fucking Christ. Damn, they got some good generals. Najamuddin Al-Ghazi of Aleppo. He must be an historical general. These both must be historical generals. Yeah, fine leader. Wow. +4 morale. Damn, that's good. That's a good general. What does he have? Anything? Hey, yeah, same thing. Oh my god. Amir Shahin Shah. These guys are good. Damn, that's good. Those are really good generals. Wow. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I might need to build up a little bit before I take on the Egyptians. I would love to blitz them, but we saw how touch and go that battle in Syria was, and that was against a Turkish force that had their capital taken on turn 1, so they were still able to mount a pretty decent resistance there. And the Egyptians are, you know, they have good income. Their provinces are pretty rich. At least a few of them are. Yeah, they're making 580 off Palestine, over 600 on Tripoli, Antioch 784. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to build things up a little bit, but I really don't want to wait too long here. And would there be a chance at another capture on the Egyptian Khalifa? Now that I've lost my chance in Antioch, can I get him somewhere else? Not in Palestine. I would need to capture Tripoli, Arabia, and Sinai first before I, you know, come in on all sides and get him. That seems like a lot of work. I would essentially have to. I think the play would be this: take Arabia and take Antioch, and put him in a position where he feels like he needs to go to Tripoli to help out, you know, in Antioch, which is a rich province of his, or, you know, just Tripoli as itself. Try to get him into Tripoli, and then I can take Palestine, cutting him off there, and then potentially I can get a Khalifa ransom that way. But to do that, I essentially need armies to take at least 2 provinces at once, if not 3. Yeah, I think I need 3 armies. I think I need to keep going with the mercs. Just keep hiring mercenaries. It's the fastest way to get soldiers down here. In 1 turn, the boyar will be finished in Trebizond, so I can start training my own Trebizond archers. And yeah, I think that's going to be the play out east. Out in the west, things feel stable. I do have at least 1 ally. Actually, yeah, a few. I have the Poles and the Hungarians on the west being my allies. That feels good. And things in Naples looks like it looks like it's gonna, you know, I'll hang on there, which feels good. Yeah. And I'm starting to wonder if this is too many soldiers here in Greece. Like, at this point, should I just bring these Byzantine infantry out east to help out? They probably would be better used out there, but I really don't want to invite that sneak attack by the Italians. And the fact that I was not able to get an alliance with them indicates that, you know, I am still on the menu, potentially. At least until I get some boats in the water, so. In any case, that's all gonna have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Consolidating playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.